Dear readers, welcome to our messages that are presented for the purpose of bringing hope, information, and light to you during these times of chaos and confusion. Never doubt that all is proceeding according to plan. It is very easy to slip into fear and doubt when observing all that is taking place in the world at this time. Many unceasingly continue in their attempts to keep the status quo in place, while at the same time, some are using the presence of surfacing dense energy as an excuse to do whatever they please. All feel the incoming energy of light and empowerment, but individuals can only interpret them according to their state of consciousness. Duality and separation govern the third dimension and manifest in every aspect of daily life. Human minds see and judge the world through the collective three-dimensional belief system. Change is bringing fear to those unaware of Earth's ascension process. They fear that any change to what they know and are comfortable with will result in the loss of much that they have worked hard to attain, even if their present situation is painful, unsatisfying, and less than ideal. A human mind without input from divine mind is only able to interpret life in terms of black or white, because it is based in beliefs of duality, separation, and two powers. The pairs of opposites will always manifest outwardly for those who hold duality, separation, and two powers in consciousness as truth. Some may go for a long time seeming to have everything in their favor with the good of duality manifesting, but sooner or later, some facet of the other side of duality will manifest, because consciousness is always expressing itself. You are the creators of your world because you are consciousness, and consciousness is the substance of form. There is no unmanifest consciousness. Whatever is held in consciousness as truth and reality must express, because divine consciousness is always expressing itself in and as infinite form and variety, and you are that same divine consciousness. Ask yourself, what am I choosing to create? All old, obsolete, and false beliefs still active in cellular memory, as well as in the Earth herself, are being exposed by the presence of the intense high-light frequencies now pouring onto Earth as part of the ascension process. Individuals in alignment with the rising dense energies feel empowered to act them out, which is what is behind the seeming increase of crime. Others who are aware of what is taking place with regard to the surfacing of old energy are using these times to clear themselves of it and move forward. Everyone is feeling the new frequencies and is being affected by them. Those who are spiritually asleep and unaware of the ascension process are finding themselves physically, emotionally, and mentally struggling with issues that never before touched them, and wonder why. Many will seek counseling. Health issues will pop up when least expected, and some will think they are going crazy because their thinking has become confused. Blame, regrets, anger, depression, self-loathing, etc., are surfacing for all, because there is only one. Many are choosing to leave, and COVID has given them the out they sought. Many more will be leaving as events unfold, because they cannot or are choosing not to align with the higher frequencies of the ascending world. Some simply know on a deeper level that they cannot attain the higher frequencies required in this lifetime, and are choosing to leave in order to return at a later time into a higher resonating Earth. Know that the human death experience is always a choice. For most it is not a conscious choice, but nevertheless is always a free will choice. Know that there never was and never can be a hell, as has been taught by religions for eons of time, mainly for the purpose of controlling the followers. Divine consciousness is only conscious of itself, because it is all there is, and therefore knows nothing about illusions of pain and suffering or even punishment. If these concepts were in and of divine consciousness, they would be held forever in place by divine law, and no one could ever rise above, change, or remove them. However, if a person dies in a state of consciousness that is filled with beliefs of hell and punishment, they may very well experience their creations until they are able to see through the illusion. There are always beings of light and guides standing by ready to assist each and every soul the very second they reach out in any way for help, No one is or ever can be lost, for nothing exists but divine consciousness. Present times are not for the faint of heart, but never lose sight of the fact that you chose to be on Earth at this time, and were fully aware before incarnating of what it would entail. The increasing presence of high-frequency light energy and the fact that people are spiritually waking up is causing many beliefs, traditions, societal rules, and laws to crumble and dissolve into their own nothingness, because all that has formed and held them in place is the belief in them. Most things you will be happy to see change or disappear, but a few things that you enjoy may also fall away. Never forget that anything real never dissolves or permanently disappears, for reality is held infinitely in place by divine law. Some things you have loved and may be feeling sad to see go will reappear in new and better forms. For example, many of you are finding that you no longer seem to have anything in common with people you once felt very close to. Some entertainments, TV shows, books, etc., no longer hold your attention as they once did, or have begun to feel boring and uninteresting. Favorite foods may no longer agree or seem to have no taste. You will not be needing as much material food, because as you spiritually evolve, you are fed more with energy. These experiences are taking place because you have evolved and are no longer energetically in alignment with many of the things that up to now have been a large part of your life. Because love and friendship are spiritual realities, oneness, new and satisfying relationships on all levels will reappear if that would represent completeness for you. Completeness for some may be to live alone. Because divine consciousness is self-sustained and self-maintained, that which you need or will make you happy cannot help but manifest in your experience once this truth becomes your attained state of consciousness. New activities, less dense food, friends, etc., will begin to manifest as you are able to release your old concepts and beliefs. Trust and allow the process, dear ones, both within and without. Trust that there is a divine plan unfolding that cannot be stopped or delayed by human thinking or activities. One with God is a majority. Many of you are finding that you prefer to stay quiet and away from the hubbub of the outer world at this time, and that is fine. Others of you may be guided to take actions of some sort, and that is fine as well, as long as you trust and allow your intuition to guide you. Much is happening in the outer world and is going to continue happening for a while yet. Your job as a light worker is to hold the light at all times and in all situations, knowing that your consciousness imbued with light is with you wherever you go. Some around you will feel this light and be attracted, while others may feel it and be repelled, but this is not your concern. Everyone's journey is their own personal journey, and it is never the responsibility of another to heal, change, fix, or save them, unless they reach out. Never attempt to change the thinking of another, for contrary to what many believe, this is not spiritual work, but rather the expression of a belief in separation, that some people are not one with Source and need you to enlighten them. The person you attempt to enlighten may actually be very evolved and experiencing a chosen lifestyle, lesson, experience. Honor the free will choices of all unless you are asked for guidance or information, at which time you can lovingly tell them what you know or observe. Because you who resonate with these messages are spiritually awake and aware, your work at this point is simply to acknowledge the divinity of every person and life form you see, interact with, read or think about. Most of you have already evolved beyond feeling a need to fix others, because you know that in reality, everyone is already perfectly one with Source and you no longer judge by appearances. Change is upon the world, dear ones. It is not coming, it has arrived. You are going to witness the dissolving of many beliefs within your present systems of education, science, medicine, law, religion, etc., concepts and beliefs that have been accepted as being high intellectual truth. This will create outcries and resistance from intellectual communities, Human minds who believe that present facts and information represent the highest reality. Stand back and observe the world from that safe and secure place of light within your heart, knowing that nothing can make you less than who and what you already divinely are. Be the light, see the light, and live the light, for you are the light. We are the Arcturian group.